What's up, everybody, and welcome to another Seven Figure Photographer Live. It's Tuesday, and Mia's actually responding on the other end. Apparently, so Mia is out today. She is not feeling great, and so she is apparently going to be answering questions from the other side. But I will also be paying attention to all of our comments. So check that out. Today I want to talk about resetting your mindset. Now, I'm a little bit of a mess. I've been off for pretty much like a week and a half, 2 weeks, and I don't have everything set up. So you're not going to get the fun introduction today. It's just going to be a simple, I say simple, I get in trouble for saying simple. It's just going to be a simple live. We're going to talk a little bit about stuff. I would love your questions. Any questions, comments, please send them in, because I don't have a whole lot planned for today. I'm really just talking about some of the things that I'm struggling with. So that's what we're going to talk about. Part of the reason I want to talk about mindset reset is because I'm struggling. I'm struggling with it myself. And so it's something that I know if I'm struggling with it, you're probably struggling with some things as well. If not now, at some point in time, you'll have some struggles, or you've already gone through some struggles. And sometimes it's just nice to know that other people go through those struggles too. So Tim Goetz, welcome. Glad to see that you're here. Glad to have you here, and I appreciate the support. So a couple of things I kind of was actually looking at. I was looking at a couple of things this morning when I was kind of determining what I wanted to talk about. And it was funny because I was actually just looking for a picture of a reset button, and I came across the picture for this, or the thumbnail for this, in Adobe Stock that said reset your mindset. And I was like, man, that's actually a good topic. So let's just talk about that. I've noticed something that I've noticed this year. I've been very focused on just business, and I have focused far less on my own personal experiences, my own personal fun, my own personal, I don't want to say growth, because I'm always focused on growth, but sometimes I think I forget and I focus too much on business growth, and I forget to pay attention to my own personal, I want to say regeneration, or my own personal, I guess we could say growth, really, if you want to go that way. It's been a long time since I've been able to really get out and go fishing. I haven't gone skiing this year. I really just haven't done anything except for what is specific to business. Last year wasn't a bad year in business for us, but it was a very challenging year. There's a lot of things that happened, obviously, last year. It felt like it was just a year that we're trying to recuperate from, after 2020 being the best year we'd ever had. And so it really was just, it was a challenge last year. And I think that it kind of set me into a mode of, let's just figure out how to make sure that we get through this and we don't have a repeat of last year. Obviously, some of those things, let's hope, I don't think we could repeat, but knock on wood, I guess. So I think that one of the biggest challenges that I've faced this year is just that I have not spent enough time just focusing on myself. And that sounds really selfish. My wife would probably be like, you focus on yourself plenty. But at the same time, I just feel like I haven't done enough to kind of recuperate for myself. Maybe like that whole concept of an introvert needing their time to Mia, help me with a word here. To regenerate, to apply, I guess. I think we all go through times where we just get burned out. And right now for me is one of those times. I'm reinvigorated about doing seniors. I'm kind of burnt out with 7FP. I'm kind of but what I'm noticing is a lot of my, recharge. Thank you, Jason. A lot of my energy is just kind of going willy-nilly to a lot of different things, instead of having a really well-set focus on individual things. And part of that comes down to just my lack of time management, like what I'm struggling with time management-wise. But also I think that, last week was it last week? 2 weeks ago, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And I think that that's been surprisingly a lot more prevalent in the reasoning for like my brain fog, the things that are going on in my world, than I ever realized. I'm finding out more and more about diabetes and stuff like that. And of course, it's not like the end of the world. It's not that big of a deal. It is a big deal, but it's not that big of a deal. It's really just learning how to adjust my diet and focus on my health. And I think that that's probably one of the biggest challenges, or one of the biggest things that I've got to take from this, is that I really need to start focusing on some of those other little things in life rather than just being solely focused on business growth, because then I forget to focus my time on my personal health, my the health of my marriage, the health of my relationship with my son, and just like those individual things. And so I think that ultimately what I'm getting at here is what I've found is that I think that when we have a tendency to get too singularly focused, then and which would almost be argumentative with me, because I'm not really singularly focused. I am in a lot of ways, mainly just business as a whole, but considering the fact I have so much going on, like how can you say that I focus just on like singularly? So there's a lot of challenges there. With that being said, some of the things that I am doing and some of the changes that I'm wanting to make hyper focused. Yeah, that is probably a good example or a good idea. So I'm reading some of these messages, just so you guys know, that is Mia that's commenting in the seven-figure, or as a seven-figure photographer. Yes, I think hyper-focused is. Tim says, gym time is a non-negotiable for me. I need it to for the clarity of mind, distressing, and my health issues. And that is great, and I think that that's like excellent. I've just never been able to find that same passion about being in the gym for me as like you or Jason. That's always been a struggle for me. It's always been a really, really hard one for me. It actually adds to my, I know this sounds bizarre and sounds like an excuse, but it actually adds to my, the negative aspect of mental health for me. Like I get so twisted up about it. I don't know why. I'm not sure. And it's not that I don't like to be busy. It's not that I don't like to be active. I love being busy and active. I actually enjoy, after I've gone to the gym, I hate the act of going there. So that kind of gives you some input. Of course, those are things I think that we just have to learn to create in our life. And I think that the biggest lesson to be learned here is that we have to have different things in our world and in our life that we focus on that is not part of our hyper-focused or singularly focused thing, because we have to have some of that recharge time. James, welcome. And I think that if we don't have that recharge time, that's when we have a tendency to get burned out on things, and we tend to struggle with some of those things. So there are a couple of different things that we're going to be doing to change things up. I am going to start doing just one live a week instead of 2 lives a week. I think we did a poll, and I'm pretty sure that people unanimously said I'd rather it just be once a week. So what's up, Brian Tannehill? It's good to see you. Jason says it doesn't have to be the gym to work out, though. That's why I'm leaving the gym to focus more on boxing for workouts. Yeah, and that's great too. I just don't have any of those that I like yet. I mean, I like to go fishing, and I honestly, I've been dying to go fishing. The weather has been so up and down. Every time like we have the most amazing day, I got something going on and it kills me, and I want to go fishing. So I think that's something I really need to do, is get out there. I think personal project is one of those things that is really important. Though I have not yet found the time or made the time to do that. And then really just kind of identifying like where the pressure points are in your life. Obviously for me, the stress is a huge aspect of what's, I truly believe part of what is causing, some of my challenges health-wise. And so that's something that I've got to work on figuring out how to lessen, my stress levels. And fishing, I think, is just one of those things that I need to do, to de-stress. So call it what you may. But yeah, so welcome, Amanda, everybody. Hello to everybody that's coming in. So like I said, we're going to be switching our lives to once a week. Because of some of the changes we have coming to Samuel Marvin Photography, we're going to be shooting pretty much in the mornings for all of our sessions. And so that's something that we are considering. Now, we shoot Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, which leaves us for morning times for our lives, which are basically Mondays and Fridays. Fridays, I like to have the opportunity to be able to cut out and go somewhere. When I do, I don't typically ever do that because I just work all the time. As you can see, the theme here. What I did do is I actually created a poll. I wanted to see what you guys thought. An error occurred. Let's see if it'll... Well, that's dumb. Let me see if I can do this poll. And let's see here. Let's just create a poll. So what time would be best for a once a week live? Keep it at noon MST. That's what time we always do them. The other option is move them to 10 a.m., so 2 hours earlier, Mountain Standard Time. And the third option is to go later in the day. Okay, so there's the poll. You guys can, for those of you who want to comment or want to message, those are some of the changes. As far as the changes we're making for the business, we're just changing to, and this kind of falls into the same whole concept of what I'm talking about. It's really just changing things to morning sessions instead of evening sessions, Jason. And that just basically is allowing us to have a life during the summertime. In years past, we've done everything where during the summertime we're working every night of the week, and we don't get home until late at night, and so we just really don't have much of a family life during the summertime. We come in at 9 a.m., we leave at 10:30 at night, and we just have long days. And so we're trying to change that up a little bit so that my employees can have, me, Mia, and Dylan now can have like a summer afternoon, summer evening kind of thing to where we can enjoy that. Maybe I can go fishing more. I need more fishing, less stress. So that's kind of what we're doing to change that. It looks like 50% of you are saying keep it at noon. Some are saying move it to 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, which would be, let's see here, that would be noon for those of you who are out east, 25%. Who's saying go later in the day? I want to know. The only reason I'm asking that is just to find out if there's any sort of reason for why that is. So yeah, that's kind of some of the stuff. There's some other changes that I might make. I'll probably talk to you guys about them before I do so. Nothing too drastic other than like I'm just burned out. I mean, that's really all it boils down to. And I don't think that will last long. I think I really just need to focus a little bit more on me. We've had a lot going on this year after taking over the escape room full time, which hasn't been a lot of extra work for me, but it's additional stress. But things have been going good. It's just we're just dealing with the joys, the challenges of running multiple businesses. Like I said, sometimes it's like we run them all mediocre. And though running multiple businesses and having multiple different sources of income is great and it's lovely, it's like it comes with its challenges, and it generates great income. But sometimes it's like it's just learning. It's just like when you're starting a photography business or you're new to photography business. It's learning how to navigate some of the challenges you have, and that's part of owning multiple businesses is learning how to navigate the challenges that you have, so that you can do what you do. Okay, so Amanda said, I said 10 a.m. because that's 11 for me, and I'm usually at my computer that time anyway. Tasha says, my brain can't do time right now. I'm Eastern, so I would love it to be noon my time. That would be 10 a.m., Tasha. So if you vote for the second option, that would be 10 a.m., which would be 11 a.m. for Amanda. Brian says, I said go later. I shoot houses on my lunch break when you're on. Okay, so that makes sense. Brian, do you get a chance to watch the lives afterwards, or like go back and watch them? I know I haven't seen much of you in a long time, so because I know you've been busy. It looks like you've been doing great with the houses and stuff. He says, I want an escape room. Tasha says, yes, I can tell you've been figuring out how to navigate all these businesses. I don't know how you can do that. And then, oops, I messed up my vote. I voted for later. I meant to tap 10 a.m., of course. Yeah, and I know I see you're shooting sports all the time. Later would not necessarily be great for me. It would be challenging, and I think that it would become too much of an afterthought once my day gets going and gets really busy. I feel like it would be a big struggle to go later. I'm honestly considering going earlier to that 10 a.m. time spot because it would allow me time to be able to really dive in, get it done, and then have my day to go about. Again, this just kind of comes down to time management for me. Going to 1 day a week really kind of, I think, gives me the opportunity to just try to focus more on better content for 1 day a week. Right now, I mean, originally I was doing every single day for a year. Actually, for almost 2 years, I did every single day. Then we switched to 2 a day. It's been helpful. It's been great. But again, I don't like, a lot of this is like, I don't even know that it's beneficial to a lot of people. There's a lot of this goes it sounds weird, kind of goes unrecognized. I don't get to see the fruits of the labor as well. It's a different sort of thing. So, Eric Marr says, learn through those moments of struggle, find the gap and fill it. Exactly. I could go back, I guess, but it's not as fun. You're right, it's not as fun. Mia says, agree, not too late. James says, I just want to escape from the room I'm currently sitting in. Yeah, I don't blame you for that one, James. That would be a tough job, in my opinion. Well, in a lot of people's opinion. So I mean, I think what I'm looking at, and I hope that the thought of Monday mornings doesn't scare people. It scares me a little bit. But I think that it would almost be more beneficial for us just because it would give us the opportunity to get stuff done. And then also use the content from that throughout the week. And a lot of it is just content is rough. I would love to hear from you guys about what kind of content you want to hear. That's probably one of the hardest things. A lot of content creators out there have regular questions and things that they can kind of respond to, and that's kind of the content that they create. I don't necessarily, and maybe I'm oblivious to it. I could be oblivious to it because I've got Mia doing a lot with social media, and I'm typically just off in La La Land. And so those are great things, like that kind of content. Like if you guys have questions, send me questions. I don't care if it's a private message, a text message, an email, whatever. Send me questions because those are the things that I would love to go over. And I'm pretty well versed in a lot of things. So like it could be anywhere from, it could be from a lot of things. I am going to start doing a few interviews on here. So I've got a couple of interviews that will be coming up. I'll probably let you guys know, of course, ahead of time when I'm going to be doing those. AKA friends, hit the like button. please. I'm not sure what she's saying there. Come up with a fun alteration Monday morning mentoring. Hey, there you go. Yeah, that'd be kind of a good one. So anyway, so that's kind of some of the changes. Again, for me, I've just had a lot of crazy stuff going on, and just I've got my life a little packed right now, and I've still yet to get it all kind of ironed out. I feel like it's for the most part ironed out, but I feel like some of it I'm just kind of skating through like without too much attention on it. Yes, Brian, you're exactly right. I need to do more fishing. I'm sure Mia's dying right now because I am going fishing here in a little bit. I have a coaching session, and then I'm going to cut out and go fishing after I announce a trip to Cabo for one of our girls who's winning. And yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. I think it's good for everybody to reset their mindset. To be brutally honest with you, I just messed something up. No, we're good. To be brutally honest with you, I know you guys go through comparing yourselves to others, to like the imposter syndrome, not believing that you deserve it or that you don't belong where you're at. The just not feeling good enough, not feeling like you have anybody there listening. Those are all the things that like I'm going through right now. Just challenges with so much. Like I said, with my photography business, I feel like I've actually kind of, one of the hard things that I've struggled with is I've noticed that when I focus on 7FP, I have a tendency to focus less on Samuel Marvin photography. If I do that well, in kind of a well juggled or well thought out way, it does well for itself. And it's not that it's not doing well for itself. It's that I start to feel like I haven't done what I need to do, and then I just feel overwhelmed or frustrated with myself. And so right now we've been working on I wish I had one to show you. We're working on our new mailer for this year. For those of you who followed along last year, we shared some of the results or shared the results from last year's direct mail campaign. Some of you even did it. I know Tim started to do it. I hope that's had some good effect. If not, I'd love to hear more, talk to you more about it, what you can do to change. And no, I did not say this year's participation or this month's participation winner. I need to do that. See, those are some of the things I need to get back into is doing kind of our participation awards, because we did have a lot of growth at that time. But I was talking about our mailer. We're getting ready to do that. We've set some goals, and that's been a huge pressing issue for us. We changed it from an 8-page mailer to a 24-page mailer. It's a lot. It's almost doubled our cost on that. But we're hoping it has more information. And this is kind of, I spoke with Gary Box. I've spoken with a couple other photographers about the direct mail that they do. Surprisingly, there's not many people that do it. We obviously generated about $30,000 from our direct mail campaign last year with an 82% return on investment. And so this year, again, it's just one of those things. I'm really focused on getting it done so that we can get it out there into the world and have, just kind of test it. It's an expensive test, let me tell you. But I expect that we'll see results from it. And Tim, one thing I would tell you is that to pay attention, because some of the results that we've actually had to, in a roundabout way, figure out, okay, these people may not have used our brochure as like how they heard about us. But looking back, we found that some of the people that we worked with last year still are on our list of people that we sent stuff to. So definitely don't think that it's 2,000 down the drain, because it's still brand recognition. There's going to be people that will book with you this year. I promise you, that will be like, oh yeah, I got your flyer. And that was like the first thing that brought our attention to you. So keep that in mind. Don't think that it's all money down the drain, because there is still time. And like I said, I feel like maybe the effort for 2023 was sent a little bit early, But I don't think that that's necessarily bad, because you have to understand 2023 graduates don't even consider themselves seniors until they actually graduate from high school. Now, this year we've had more kids than we've ever had that are trying to call and book for the 2023 season, which is kind of a real shocker and eye opener for me, because normally they don't ever consider themselves seniors until the last day of junior year. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, vacation, all these things. And then people are like, okay. Now, another thing that I've seen in some trends, some really interesting trends with COVID, we saw a lot of people late. Like, we had our biggest spring ever the year with COVID. I'm talking in 2021, the spring of 2021. So last year was our biggest year ever for late seniors, because everybody was kind of like, whoa, what's going on with this world? And everything changes every year. There's certain trends that you'll start to see, and different areas are different based on how things are done. So keep that in mind. Don't just say it was a complete loss, because I think that you'll find, maybe it wasn't the best expenditure of funds. Maybe it wasn't the best, but I bet you money you will have some return on investment. Honestly, if you get one senior from it, or one senior that was, again, if it's just a matter of just brand recognition, it still does a lot for your brand. I know it's an expensive way to think. It's not something that you want to necessarily think about, man, I just pissed away $2,000, but I promise you there'll have some benefit. And maybe you have to make sure you do your due diligence to make sure that you're finding out from the people that are coming in the doors whether or not they had ever seen it. So, or check the list. Like, you should have the access to the list. We do that. We check the list to see, okay, was this person on our mailing list? So something to consider. Those are things to think about. And like I said, I know it's hard, but I promise you it will pay off somehow, some way. It looks like 50% of people said keep it at noon. Still considering the move to 10 a.m. But I will let you know for sure on that. I will probably do another live this week on Thursday. And I will give you guys all the details about what is absolutely for sure. Again, today, the point of today is everybody struggles. Everybody has mindset challenges. Everybody has to overcome them. I'm no exception. I don't care how great you guys might think I am or how crappy you might think I am. No matter where you're at in your business, you have struggles with mindset. Struggles in such a way that you literally just, I struggled really bad, guys, this spring with just feeling like, man, this is probably my year. This is the year when nobody calls, when last year was my last good year as a photographer and I'm done. Nobody's going to call me this year. The whole concept of the inflation in our economy right now, I was like, man, I'm not going to be able to pull the sales that I've been able to pull. Those days are gone for a while. All those things have been in my head. And I got to tell you, last weekend or just this yesterday, the last 3 sales I had were over $7,500. So it was a really good week. I had one day last week that was $17,000 or $18,000 just in 2 sales. So all it takes is one time to just kind of click and be like, oh yeah, I'm just being really dumb. And it's not that you're being dumb. It's just that sometimes I think we have to take some time for ourselves and to, what was that word? Recharge. I think we have to recharge our batteries and remind ourselves that it's not all about work. And I struggle with this. And anybody that knows me really well knows that sometimes I'm pushing too much. I push too much. And not just me, I'm talking about other people. I push people too much and I expect too much of other people and some of those things. And sometimes we just have to have a time where we're like, you know what? I need some time for me. I need to lessen my stress. I need to better my health. I need to do more fun stuff for me and probably for my son. and I just got to reset that mindset. So I hope you guys will take something from that today. I'm still here. We're still going. It's just going to take a little bit of figuring out like the whole new time stuff. I got to figure out how to look at the camera more because it's like I've gotten worse at that. Just everything has been a challenge. So we're still here. We're moving forward, and it's still going to be good. But I just got to figure out the best way to show up for you guys, the best way to show up for myself. So if you guys have some suggestions about that, send me a message. I'd love to hear it. But otherwise, that's about it. Do we have any questions? Any thoughts on... see if I can get this thing to go away. Yeah, quit being dumb. Oh, I think Mia was telling Tim to quit being dumb. Or maybe she's telling me to quit being dumb. Either way, Tim, let's quit being dumb together. I'm just kidding. So, that's all I got for you guys today. I guess we'll close it up. I'm going to hit the outro music. And I will see you guys again on Thursday. I think my week is kind of weird this week. Like, I got a lot of open time this week. So, I think I might have a lot of open fishing this week. But I don't have anybody to go fishing with me today. I think I found somebody to go. Mia's sick, and so I'm going to do what she does to her daughter and say, sorry, if you called in sick, you can't go fishing. You can't go play when you were sick today. She doesn't feel good enough to go anyway. I'm impressed she even sat and watched our live. So that's all I got for you guys today. I know I'm going to hear an earful about that one. Yes, it has been a while. I didn't even tell you guys, we had a retreat for the board. I'm actually now the president of the Idaho State Professional Photographers of Idaho. Wow, I just really screwed that up. So we had a thing last week to try to plan for the year and to get our team just really good and strong. So yes, we're trying to shift from late dinner. We're probably still always going to do the late dinners, Jason, but we'll try to do more early morning breakfast with you. Let's go for that. Okay? Hasta la bye-bye.